So though I haven't been doing this very long, one of the things I have learned while doing it is that the excitement never ends in college football. And today we need to talk about a hire that took social media by storm, as Lincoln Riley and the USC Trojans are reportedly bringing on former Cardinals and Texas Tech head coach Kliff Kingsbury to not only be an offensive analyst, but to work with quarterbacks, something we have got to break down. But before we can, as always, y'all know the drill, I have got to hear from you. Hop down to the comments, give me a Y for yes or an N for no. Are you excited that Lincoln Riley is bringing in Kingsbury? And let me know what you think about this move. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell notification. I do constant college football content. You don't want to miss any of it. And if you enjoyed the content, be sure to like and comment down below. Those interactions seem small. They truly are massive to content creators such as myself, and we're on a push to 20,000 subscribers. I'd love to have you a part of this unbelievable community. But having said all that, let's jump right into this. And whenever it was announced that Kliff Kingsbury was set to join USC, I almost had to do a double take. I clicked the article, double-checked, because this is an intriguing move in my opinion for several different reasons. But whenever you go through social media, as always, you're going to see two primary reactions. The first was that there were people that thought this was a super exciting move, that they thought this was a great move, and the second was the camp that had questions, asking, why would you make this move? Offense isn't the issue, what about the defense? And I think I'd like to address the second point first, and I have two main points for that second one. Why would you make this move and not the defense? First and foremost, if a guy like Kliff Kingsbury, who has head coaching experience in the NFL and head coaching experience in college football, is willing to come work for your institution as an offensive analyst, and he'll work with the quarterbacks, but he'll take on the role as analyst, I don't think you particularly argue with hiring that individual. I truly don't. We talk all the time, being able to fill a room full of coaches with experience. And in the case of Kliff Kingsbury, we're talking about head coaching experience at an analyst role. I think that's a compelling factor, and it's something I talk about for several different institutions. And of course, if I'm talking about it for other institutions, that same logic applies for USC. You got a guy that was just a head coach in the NFL and who's been largely thought of as an offensive guru, now working with Lincoln Riley on the offensive side of the ball. I think that's going to prove to give us fireworks, and USC was already giving us fireworks. I'm really interested to see some of the intricacies that come from this, though, and maybe we won't even be able to tell, but I'm still very curious. The second point I wanted to talk about. USC has made some moves on the defensive side of the football, because in March, USC brought in longtime defensive coach Greg Brown, someone who's gotten a ton of experience in college football, has a ton of experience in the NFL, and when you really break this down, he has coached the defensive back position for so long, but getting in a veteran presence like a Greg Brown that's worked with Auburn, that's worked with Alabama, Missouri, Louisville, and in the NFL, if you're USC and you're a USC fan, you have to love that. And I think even the most hardcore USC fan would look you in the face and say, yes, our defense does need to get better. But in that same breath, in the interest of objectivity and fairness, we need to understand that not only has USC made moves trying to help their defense in a Greg Brown, but we also need to understand that Alex Grinch didn't inherit a defense ready to go. And when we look at the work they did in the transfer portal that really allowed USC to flourish, a lot of that was on the offensive side of the ball, where they got pieces they had familiarity with, which, as I just said, really helped. So, USC is a team I'm super intrigued in. They've made some analyst hires this offseason, both offensively and defensively, and it's going to be interesting to see how that moves the needle for the Trojans. But one thing we do know is this. The USC Trojans are going to be an insanely fun team to watch go from the first year with Lincoln Riley to the second year, because they have an abundance of talent on that offensive side of the football. And I'm really interested how Kliff Kingsbury can help rein it all in. But I can't wait to hear from all of you. Hop down to the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. That's it. See ya.